When we talk about agents, when we talk about AI, eventually, though every department can create their use cases, you need a team that governs, controls, keeps the AI secure in an organization within the guardrails of the policies of a company. UAE, which is a very progressive country from a technology standpoint, apart from other areas, really leading as an example for the private sector. So they're really leaning into AI from a government standpoint, for government service, citizen services.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the agenda of AI in the government. And that in turn inspires the private sector to also go in that direction. And I also see that in organizations, departments at a certain stage want to compete with each other on who is more progressive with AI.
They're really looking at your competitor and seeing what is driving the efficiency or the change, implementing it yourself or even excelling and doing even better things.
True. I don't think AI is owned by one department.
And Into have successfully done many implementation that involve AI.
We are looking to take organizations into an AI and agentic future.
Welcome to another episode Solved by AI, an episode series delivered by AI Bazaar. Our aim for this series is to drill down into a real business problem and then see how AI have solved that problem and showcase the value and ROI that it's delivered. I am Maha Saeed. I'm the founder of AI Bazaar and I'm your host for today. And with me, Mr. Anilesh Kumar, MD, Middle East and Africa, APAC and India, and EVP Agentic Business Application. Am I right? And this is a very long but very well-deserved title. I am very pleased to have Anilesh into this series because I have personally enjoyed seeing Into growing into becoming a global company. So Anilesh, would you mind sharing with us a brief about Into?
First of all, Mahat, thank you for your kind words. It's great to see you again after a long time. I fondly remember working with you in your years in Microsoft as well. And it's great to be on your podcast. So let me start with that.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine.
Thank you. And indeed, it's a great period in time to be in the technology business. And Into has obviously grown over the years. And we can speak a little bit more about Into as we go along. But as a starting point, I would say that we are at a fundamental inflection point in the world of technology.
With AI,
with AI and agentic and generative AI. And I think it's really a point in time where there is great opportunity for the world at large.
And I agree, because Into, with your experience in the business application world, and you are more aligned to the business people, I'm sure you are riding this. You're helping customer riding this wave in a very smooth and innovative way.
That's very true, Maha, because what I see, and I believe the world sees, is that at the end of the day, everything from a business standpoint in enterprises is about business process.
Yes.
And business process is where the heart of a business lies.
Yes.
And since we come from the world of
business
ERP and CRM and business applications, we come with the DNA of business process in us.
Yes.
And then it's about how do you use technology to really optimize, find efficiency, automate, and really supercharge business process, right? And it was, let's say, workflow in the past. It was RPA at a certain point. Now it's AI.
And now it's the frontier organization, as they say it.
It's a wonderful term. I think from Satya Nadella and from Microsoft. And we are a Microsoft partner at heart, right? And in the business model. And there, the concept of a frontier business is so important. When we see companies embracing this, and it, simply put, if I put it in very simple words, it is basically an organization with an AI-first mindset and really executing with the AI-first mindset, right? So bringing AI into every element of the organization and really living that AI first journey.
So, Anilish, let's start by giving us a brief about Into, how you evolved to become that global organization.
Thank you, Maha, and thank you for the invitation again.
Thank you.
Into, we are born from the heart of our customers, to be honest. We started business 15 years ago in Dubai as LevTech many years ago.
Yes.
And then we've had a journey to become Into.
Yeah.
We, at a certain point, became part of the Schneider Electric Group.
Yes.
We merged with 3 other companies to form Into, and we built a global organization. We originally were in Dubai, Qatar, KSA, and had our office in India as well.
Yeah.
And then we merged with companies in Netherlands and in US and Singapore. And we formed a global organization called Into with the promise of delivering cloud technology, but now AI and agentic to empower our customers and help them become more efficient in their own business. And today, Into is a global organization, 9 offices globally. We've done over 300 implementations of business applications with Microsoft Dynamics. We've done a lot of work with Azure. We are today doing a lot with AI, data and agentic. So we are really, let's say, a holistic partner from a Microsoft perspective.
Indeed.
And we look to go in and transform businesses with world-class technology from Microsoft, right? And bringing in business process knowledge, industry expertise, and really true value-led consulting to help businesses go forward.
And now the agentic.
Yes, 100%. That's the let's say the combination of agentic AI and
with
human values. Yeah,
with the business
and human values, I would say, is a great combination to deliver on the promise of what technology can do.
I personally have seen you in workshop with the customer and how you bring everybody on board, from the smallest employee to the biggest leadership, and how you onboard them on everything you do in every project that you deliver. True.
And indeed, that's part of our DNA, that we are customer centric.
Yes.
We want to be, integral in the way we work with our customers.
Yes.
And I think the value-led motion of what we do really resonates when we work in projects in difficult times and in good times, right, with customers.
Do you see customer really embracing AI, or they are just doing some kind of testing or proof of concept only? I think now it's a little bit more than that.
Absolutely. So, if I take a lens of, let's say, a year ago versus now, I would say 1 year ago, or let's say even a little bit before that, there was a lot of conversation. There was obviously ChatGPT came, so there were people who were exploring AI from a personal productivity standpoint. But enterprises were still talking. And then maybe the larger enterprises were running pilots and proof of concept, right? To see how they can utilize the technology. Not the mid-market, not the smaller businesses, maybe the large enterprise. And let's say AI native startups were
they are more, even more.
Into that space.
They're frontiering into that space more than, to be honest, it's a big org.
True. And in the last 1 year, I have seen a huge shift where companies now they're still doing pilots, but the speed of pilots, the intensity at which they want to drive AI in the organization, how they want different departments to collaborate on the overall strategy for AI. This has really become very important from a board agenda standpoint in companies. And hence management is paying a lot of attention. And now it is not about what model will you use, which technology would you use, but how will you go fast in reorganizing your business for AI? This is where organizations are going.
So the drive is coming from all leadership, starting from the UAE government and UAE also driving the initiative on the private sector. And you can see now the leadership or the board of the organization are the one who are imposing this agenda.
Absolutely. I think
very nice.
We are lucky to stay in UAE, which is a very progressive country from a technology standpoint, apart from other areas. And they are really leading as an example for the private sector. So they're really leaning into AI from a government standpoint, for government service, citizen services.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the agenda of AI in the government. And that in turn inspires the private sector to also go in that direction. Apart from the private sector themselves realizing that, hey, if I don't move fast enough, my competition is going to move faster.
So that's the driver.
And then I'm not going to be making the same margins or winning the right market share if I don't move fast enough. This is also very true.
That's, trust me, in a personal level, that's also very important to be, don't say jealous, but like really looking at your competitor and seeing what is driving the efficiency or the change and implementing it yourself or even excelling and doing even better things.
True.
And have successfully done many implementation that involve AI. We would like you to share a couple of examples and starting with the one that you have seen a great success.
Sure. No, we would be glad to speak about that, Maha. And thank you again for raising the topic of the use case.
Yeah.
And before I get to the use case, I think it's very important to talk about the use case because I think everyone has an understanding of AI.
Yeah.
The concept of AI is understood.
But it's beyond productivity, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because this is exactly why I founded AI Bazaar, because I thought I want to talk to the business people beyond just writing email in a better way or writing an article in a better way. It is much bigger and it touches every industry and every department. So there are many, many use cases that is more fundamentally important than just productivity.
True.
Yeah.
And because we come from the business process landscape.
Yeah, that's why I actually even started with you, Annelies, because you are coming from the business. And this is what I love hearing more about your experiments and your actually real implementation.
True. And now coming to the use case, I think the beauty of use cases, in my opinion, is finding the simplest one.
Yes.
And the most effective one, right? And that's what we thought about when we started thinking about agentic AI. We said, okay, now there is the world of agents.
Yeah.
There is agents working with other agents. There's an agent workforce.
Yeah.
So we need to start the journey somewhere.
Yeah.
And the best way to start a journey is to take small, successful steps, in my opinion, right?
That is actually, I've attended a couple of workshops by some of the very important Big Four, and they call it the art of possible, which is they look at all the use cases, they bring people to a workshop, and then they identify, they prioritize the use cases that can leverage AI.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the concept everywhere.
Absolutely. And we, in fact, reflect the same. And before I get to the use case even, I should say that what we do is that we do an AI scan for companies.
Yeah.
We base the AI scan on the Mitre model from MIT as the fundamental, let's say, theory behind the path we take with AI. We focus on not only the use case, but also what is the strategy, what is the organization change needed, what is the culture change needed, how do we drive change management in a business such that there is adoption. So we look at AI from an overall lens and then get to the use case. And then we think about what is the most, let's say, high ROI, simple, easy to win use case. This
that's
is our
your
mindset.
Methodology.
That's our methodology.
And you, of course, with that, you are hand in hand working with the IT department because they are the one who's driving that change and adoption.
It's very interesting because with AI, I don't think AI is owned by one department. It's owned by the every department in the organization.
Interesting. So it's not anymore like, because the board is asking all departments also.
That's true. The board is asking all departments. All departments want to make sure they're effective and they are forward leaning in business. And I also see that in organizations, departments at a certain stage want to compete with each other on who is more progressive with AI. So there are so many paradigms, but
it's very nice and interesting music to my ears to hear that really everybody is on board.
Yeah, and IT still plays a very important role.
Of course.
Because again, when we talk about agents, when we talk about AI, eventually, though every department can create their use cases, you need a team that governs, controls, keeps the AI secure in an organization within the guardrails of the policies of a company. And there, IT plays a very important role, along with the partner, companies like ourselves who come into service, let's say, the overall business. So we have a very tight partnership with IT, but the demand for AI can come from any department.
From any department.
And then it's how we go and service that together with IT.
Nice, really, really nice. And that's your methodology, is identifying the simplest and the most effective to implement.
Absolutely. With a holistic approach and a holistic view of
adoption and change management.
Correct. Because it's the use case is important, but we need to look at it with a 360-degree lens rather than a use case, in my opinion. And then maybe coming to the use case that you raised, I think it's the one that comes to mind for me is the simple example of vendor onboarding.
Yes.
So let's take, I think every business has vendors.
Yes.
It's not any particular industry. Every industry has got vendors. And if you think about the vendor onboarding process, it is a fragmented manual process in every business, right? Because if you think about it, what the process is, it's a relay race. If you think about it, the procurement identifies the supplier.
Yes.
Then finance asks for okay, now we need to send information request to the supplier. And then the supplier has to send back a set of documents for the vendor onboarding. This is the process, right?
Yes.
And those documents can be insurance certificates, can be banking information, can be KYC, can be, product portfolio. So all this information comes through via email. And then different people inside a company look at these documents and say whether they're okay with it or not. Is there missing information? And then eventually send it back to procurement and say, yes, we are okay with this. So we can onboard the vendor. This is the process.
This is the process, And even selection of the vendors is also included.
Yes, even selection is one step even before that. But even if you, let's assume that the vendor is selected, and from there we're getting into this discussion, right? Now, if you imagine this, even when we are also a vendor to many companies, this is a time-consuming process.
Yes.
There are always, open questions which are not clearly answered. People go on leave. Documents are missing. So everything takes weeks. And if you think about it, it is not effective if a vendor being onboarded takes weeks. It's not an effective process, in my opinion. It needs to be hours, if not hours, maybe a few days at best, right? This is kind of the way we should think about it. So what we looked at was that how do we find efficiency with agentic AI in the vendor onboarding process? And we created an agent. And what this, and before maybe I speak about that for the audience, just to make it simple, agentic AI is nothing but business process workflow or business processes powered by LLM, right? Generative AI. So this is the simplest definition.
Orchestrated also through AI.
Absolutely. Business process orchestrated through AI. So with the advent of agentic AI, what we did was that we created a vendor onboarding agent, and what this agent does is quite simple. So imagine that a supplier is added in the, let's say, the ERP, for example. The agent automatically triggers an communication, typically an email,
Yeah.
to the supplier saying, hey, this is the requirements from our
Documents.
organization
Yeah.
for you to be onboarded. Now, the supplier could have questions. He could say, my trade license is going to expire, or my UBO, ultimate beneficiary in the business, is not clear. Can be so many questions from the
Yeah.
supplier. The supplier typically would email back
Yeah.
a human. This is the
Yes.
typical process. In
Yeah.
this world, the supplier will email the agent,
And the agent will reply.
and the agent will reply.
Wow.
And it's a learning model, right? So it'll keep learning. The responses of the agent are grounded in the policies and procedures of the company, the guidelines of the company. So every answer that goes out is based on policies and procedures. And wherever there is an unknown element, it goes back to a human to get the right answer. Right? So there's an exception process to go back
So
to a
this
human.
is one area of automation, like the answer, go back and forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, so let's assume that the to and fro has happened.
Yeah.
The supplier is given all the documents. At the end of the day, you get a number of scan or PDF documents, and you need to scan these documents and get them into
A system.
your system, typically an ERP, right? Because it's
Yeah,
a vendor or a vendor management system of some nature.
Yeah.
So we use Azure Document Intelligence, and we pull all those documents in, all the data that's relevant. This data goes to different stakeholders in the business. Like I said, the banking information could go to finance.
Yeah.
Insurance information could go to, let's say, compliance department.
Yeah.
So then they need to respond within particular time frame to ensure the vendor is onboarded, right?
Yeah.
So the documents go to different departments. The agent will follow up with different people that, hey, can you make sure you give us the response in time?
So even following up is also there.
Absolutely.
So wow, and organizing all the folders or routing the folders to the right audience. Okay.
Absolutely. So the communication internally,
And
following up,
internally and externally.
and
with
externally as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And getting that back to procurement, saying that, yes, now we have everything approved. It's in the system. Please give your final acceptance. And then the vendor is onboarded. So this process goes from being weeks to being a few days.
And without the need of any human in the middle, only for approval and
Absolutely. It's human in the loop.
yeah.
It's only when there is an exception.
Yeah.
And the system improves with time, right? Because it's a learning system. So
this you have implemented somewhere.
yes, we've implemented this with distribution organizations. They have seen great efficiency in their vendor onboarding process. The satisfaction of vendors, improve because it's a much simpler experience and a much more richer experience in terms of vendor onboarding. And the actual benefit to a business is that the supply chain bottlenecks reduce. Because at the end of the day, you're onboarding a vendor to buy something from them, right?
Exactly.
And you're buying something from
for
them
a business reason.
Correct.
Bigger. Yeah. I remember onboarding marketing or onboarding even partner as a vendor for running joint marketing activities. It take ages, and sometimes the quarter is finished and the onboarding is not yet, and we lose the fund also on that.
True.
And then we lose the opportunity to generate leads or generate opportunities also.
True.
So it's a very important. We're losing on business aspect because of just manual onboarding work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's if you think about it, the impact of either a vendor being dissatisfied or, let's say, procurement not happening in time is quite significant. And if you are able to solve this, I think it's a very big win for a business.
So you've done it for a distribution company.
That's right.
And they were very happy in terms of efficiency achieved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
And one addition that I would say, Maha, is that now if you think about customer onboarding, it is the same, similar process if you think about it.
Yes.
So a lot of salespeople they spend their time onboarding customers
Yes.
in B2B companies.
Yes.
And getting them into the CRM, for example, right?
Yes.
Entering data into the CRM. The same agentic process can be used for customer onboarding, and you again save time. So if you think about it, an organization can start with one example and just apply it to a different context.
Exactly, because it's all about in my opinion, somebody as experienced as into who understand how to know business processes. And this is the important part, because you need, if you are a company, you need to partner with somebody who's not necessarily an IT technical developer, but more somebody who understands business process. That's why Into is a great partner for any company, because you understand business processes, and whether the process is vendor onboarding or customer onboarding or maybe other type of onboarding. It's just the process you need to follow to make sure that addresses customers' compliance, customer points, what they call it.
True. It's interesting. I was just coming out of a call. We are implementing Dynamics 365 HR for our own company. And I was speaking to the team and saying that, hey, maybe we use agentic for employee onboarding as an example, right? It is. It's all very similar.
Or recruitment.
True.
Similar. Let's say whatever you explained is the same process for everything. True. And this is, it's what does it involve? It involved LLM orchestration, and even Azure, I don't know about.
So the technology side, we used Copilot Studio as let's say the orchestrator. We used Azure Document Intelligence for reading the documents and connecting them to the source system or the destination system. And we used Power Automate, which is from the Power Platform. Again, to make sure the data flows in the right way.
But also you upload this to your CRM or like your ERP. This is also integration with an application, right?
Yes, that we use Power Automate to move the data from, let's say, from the data that we read from the documents to get it to the destination. In this case, we use Power Automate. But again, I think technology is secondary. I think it's this can be achieved with different technology, but of course, Microsoft has a great connected story that helps us deliver on the promise.
Yes, and so as others vendor, of course, like all of them have been like competing and complementing each other nowadays, right? Very strange, but they are complementing each other.
It's a great world where it's not about because we come from the world of ERP. There were two great ERPs in the world many years ago. Now it's no longer about two companies, right? There are so many options and many combinations that can help organizations.
Very nice. Is there any other use case we can touch upon?
Sure.
Because I know that Into is like, you've been how many years in business?
Now it's we're getting to 17 years in business now. So how many implementation you have done? You have done hundreds of successful implementation, and you are the go-to. I know from my old work that you are the go-to for any ERP, let's say. So you've done so many other things, and if you can share some other example. Sure. And indeed, we've done now, I think, over 300 implementations. But I'm most excited about now the agentic ERP implementations we are doing nowadays. Because this is the new wave of technology, and we're doing a few implementations at this point where we are going into the implementation with an agentic mindset to deliver agents along with ERP or CRM. And on the other side, use AI in our implementation, because we as a company also are trying to use AI to become
it's a new for everybody.
Efficient.
It's a new for everybody. So it's make everybody level zero again and then go
restart.
But of course, with company like you who's like have a great experience in business, I'm sure you've seen other examples that are requests coming from customers.
Absolutely. So if I just build on the supplier and the supply chain process.
Yes.
Now, let's take the example of supplier communication. So we've onboarded the supplier.
Yeah.
And if you look at procurement department of a lot of organization, they spend a lot of time in communicating with the supplier, right? Checking, is the purchase order confirmed?
Yeah.
Are you going to deliver the purchase order on time?
Okay.
What is the status of the delivery? And all this is happening in email, which is an unstructured area of communication, right?
Yes.
Because everyone writes an email in a different way, and it's a one-to-one communication or a one-to-many communication. So a significant amount of time is spent in this area for procurement department, where they could spend the time for vendor analysis, strategic sourcing, product analysis. So there's so much they can do with time if they free up the time from this area. So what we've done is that, in fact, Microsoft in Dynamics released an agent called Supplier Communication Agent.
Okay.
And it's a very powerful tool. And what the Supplier Communication Agent does is that it basically takes your unstructured data from your email and helps you communicate with your supplier. So the first thing is, imagine that you're a company. You have a number of open purchase orders in your system, right?
Yes.
And now the first thing is to make sure that you have a confirmation that these purchase orders are accepted and acknowledged by the supplier.
By the supplier, yeah.
So this is the first thing the agent can do, that it can go in, take the data from the ERP, make sure that the confirmation for the purchase orders are received via following up through email. Automatically, it will send mails out to supplier, make sure we get the confirmation, update the ERP with the confirmation.
The status, yeah.
So this is step one. Now, in real world, what happens once the purchase order is confirmed? There could be supply chain issues, there could be shipping issues, there could be price issues. So things change in the real world.
Yeah.
And the supplier sends an email to the procurement department saying, I can't deliver.
Yeah.
I can deliver the first 5 items. The next 3 items, I can't deliver it on a particular date, right?
Yes.
This is the typical real world.
Yeah. And it is like ad hoc process. It's not like something that yes or no.
True. And then what does the procurement department typically do? Procurement department looks at this and says, how critical are these items? Am I okay with the dates? Do I need to negotiate these dates?
Okay.
Or should I negotiate and find a different supplier for these items? So this is what the procurement department does. And this, the agent is able to replicate. The agent goes in, first of all, takes this data and looks at what alternatives are there and suggests what can be alternatives. If the organization says we accept or we stay with what the supplier is saying, it goes and updates the system saying that this purchase order is delayed. It's going to come on this. It was expected to come on the 1st of August. Now I think it's going to come on the 15th of August, right? So it updates the system with this information. Takes away a lot of time and effort from the procurement department to put this data in, to think about the alternatives, automates the whole step, right? The next thing is, now there is a promised date of delivery.
Yeah.
Here, the agent watches out, hey, this is the date of delivery that we think for a particular order. If it is not received, it sends a follow-up. So it does the activity of follow-up and engaging with the supplier such that the procurement bottlenecks are removed and efficiencies gained in the procurement department.
And I am just imagining this if I'm working in a contracting company and the contracting company waiting for certain material like the glass or something, and how to coordinate that all of these materials are coming on time and somebody's following with each of these material for a contracting company to build a building.
Correct.
So this is such an important activity because it's affect the project delivery.
True.
To have the right follow-up and to make sure that all the equipment are there in the case of or the materials are there in case of construction is such an important aspect. And
Absolutely.
to be able to orchestrate and automate, and it's
Yeah.
a very important function.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
you give the example of construction very rightly,
Yeah.
Maha, because if one item doesn't reach on time, maybe the whole plan is affected
Exactly. Yeah.
because of that one item not
Yeah.
being properly
Yeah,
communicated
sourced,
or
yeah, yeah.
updated in the system, right? If you take manufacturing, for example,
Yeah,
your planning cycle
Yeah.
is disrupted.
Yeah, or a
because-
maintenance cycle is
Correct.
disrupted. Yeah.
Maintenance cycle again
Yeah.
can be disrupted
Yeah.
just because this element is not properly
Yeah,
managed.
or somebody forgot to follow up with something.
Correct. And the world today is, as we know, is volatile.
Yeah.
There is supply chain disruptions because of
yeah.
weather,
Yeah.
because of geopolitical.
Yeah.
So there is so much to change all the time.
Yeah.
And then you don't now need armies of people to
No.
do this. And instead you can use people for very productive
Exactly.
activities in a business, in my opinion.
And that's what's so nice about AI. It goes into everywhere.
Absolutely. And I think the and this is the frontier organization, if you ask me, right?
Yeah.
Because you can take every process, every
Yes.
department, every user, and see how you can move them to an agentic plane. And then you have really an AI organization, and that organization is going to be so efficient. And if you start today, the AI gains efficiency via learning, and you will really stand out in terms of how you operate as an organization.
And we go back to what you said in the beginning. You said your methodology is to start by something simple and make it. Actually, it's not simple, but because you know all the detail, but it's doable. That's what maybe organizations are realizing.
True.
When they are starting with one project, they will think, oh, why don't I do another thing and another thing? So great way of starting.
True. And like you rightly said, even earlier, today technology is becoming simpler.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a developer to develop.
Yeah.
You don't need to become a programmer to to create an agent. You can do it as a business user. And I'm seeing, even if you ask our own children, or you see that they are moving at a different pace.
Yes,
and it is kind of democratizing AI, right? And this is where the world is going.
Yeah, amazing. Really, Annelish, thank you for being with us. And you have showcased and that's what I love, that you have showcased a very simple processes that anyone in any organization, whether they are small to medium or large organization, they can implement this very easily, or they can think about it. And really, thank you for joining us at this episode. And we look forward for our customers to be with us in other episode and listen to this Solved by AI episode series, and get inspired by the different area where AI can help them, and connect with the people who are delivering these use cases. And that's all about AI Bazaar, to be honest. That's why I built AI Bazaar, is to enable customers to get inspired by and connect to the right partner who have delivered this.
Thank you, Maha. And indeed, I want to congratulate you again for
thank you.
The initiative that you have in AI Bazaar. I think AI is a fast-moving, very important topic for all organizations, all individuals in the world. And I think, organizations like yourself are accelerating that motion.
Yeah, by just showing small use cases, real use cases have been already delivered.
Yeah.
So you connect to the person who have delivered this, which is, of course, comes hand in hand with the IT and with the board of the company. So this is really very important. Yeah.
And from our side, I think we are looking to take organizations into an AI and agentic future.
Yeah.
Microsoft has the term frontier organization.
Yeah.
Some organizations call themselves AI first.
Yeah.
Terms can be different, but it is how do we empower organizations
Yeah.
with the power of AI and with the power of understanding business
And
process.
this is a new world, whether we like it or not. This is a new, and we should like it, because who said work should be 10-hour condensed? Why doesn't work become easier and focus only on the strategic and not on the manual work?
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, we hope that the world becomes a brighter and
it is going to be
better
brighter
world with AI, right? I think
It
there's
is actually,
so many different, let's say, visions of the future that people have. But I'm an optimist by nature,
Yeah, me too.
and I
I'm
think that
very
we will
optimistic.
get to a much brighter, better
Yeah.
world as professionals and as in our personal lives with AI, in my opinion.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Annelies,
Maha.
for your
Thank you for the
time.
invitation.
Thank you for joining us for another episode Sold by AI. Until our next conversation, please keep exploring AI Bazaar and browse through the AI solutions that is delivered by our trusted partner. Please share and like this episode.